We're talking about video games. They aren't all fun and games, though. Experts say that gaming can stimulate the brain just like illegal drugs. WCCB's Jacinda Garabito found out what Charlotte moms are doing to try to regain control of their children.
Gaming can take on a mind of its own, says mom of 4, Melanie Hempy. She says it starts off as 20 minutes. Next thing you know, 2 hours passes.
Talked to other moms, and they would all be gaming too. So we thought, well, at least they're home. We knew where they were.
Another mom, Ann Gleason, had a gut feeling her kids were in over their heads when every dinner conversation started revolving around video games. Ann and her husband decided to take away all the games for 2 months.
And when my 8-year-old looked at me with tears in his eyes and said, "Don't take away the only thing I love," I thought, now I know I'm doing the right thing.
Gaming addiction is real, says Dr. Andrew Doan, author of Hooked on Games. He says MRI scans show the brain of a gamer lights up just like someone addicted to drugs or alcohol.
It actually stimulates the brain dopamine system, which is the primary neurotransmitter that makes you feel good, feel, elated.
Parents, pay close attention to the warning signs. If your child's grades start to slip, if your child's losing track of time, or if they're lying about gaming, or how about this? If your child's talking about gaming way too much, it's time for you to step in. Dr. Doan recommends no gaming devices for anyone under 13 years of age, and he says parents should stick to the ratings on games.
There's no reason why a child should play Grand Theft Auto, which is an adult-only game. There's no reason why a preteen should play Call of Duty.
Melanie Hempy says having a game-free home is easier to monitor. She says the best part is when her kids get bored, they get creative. Her son Andrew loves board games and sports. He plays the piano and the violin.
Whenever I get the chance just to play out in the front yard or in the backyard, play catch with the football with Evan, my brother, and then I love reading.
Jacinda Garabito, WCCB News.
A local organization is also trying to educate parents about gaming addiction. Real Battle Ministries is what it's called. Melanie and Andrew Hempy joined me this morning to talk a little bit more about this initiative. And first of all, how did you realize that your kids were addicted to gaming?
Well, I think like many families out there, we started having a lot of conflict in our home. And I was tired of being the gaming cop mom. I felt like I was the bad guy all the time to say, put the game up, you got to do your homework, put the game up, we got to eat dinner. And it was always one more level, Mom, I have one more level. And I was just getting frustrated. And so one day I just thought, hey, I don't have to do this job anymore. And I read Dr. Andrew Doan's book, too, to find out that gaming really causes a lot of dopamine to be released, and kids,
and you just realized it wasn't healthy.
And I just realized it wasn't healthy, so I thought, why am I doing this? And so I tried it for a couple weeks, and we had so much fun. So,
Andrew, now that you live in a house that doesn't have video games, how are you coping? What are you and your brothers doing to pass the time?
Well, of course, I love playing video games. Or not video games, but board games. I love playing board games. When I get the chance with Evan, we play chess. When I get the chance with the family, we play Monopoly or Ticket to Ride.
Okay.
And I got this game for my birthday called Axis and Allies. So we love board games, and then
we go outside a lot.
Okay, so you guys basically replaced those video games with board games. I'm curious, at what point does a kid's fascination with video games rise to addiction rather just a great appreciation for video games?
When it starts to replace normal childhood activity, when your child says, hey, Mom, I don't really want to go outside and play football and basketball and baseball with my friends, or if they just don't want to go ride their bike. There's a lot of kids that don't know how to ride a two-wheel bike, I found out. When it starts to replace normal childhood activities, then that becomes a problem. When they start talking about it all the time, when you feel like as a mom, they're playing 1, 2, 3 hours a day, or even 1 hour every day, when it becomes something that they just have to do, then that's a problem.
We appreciate you guys coming in, folks. There's also going to be a seminar coming up to talk about this very issue. We're going to put that information on our web channel, WCCBCharlotte.com.